I don't think you can really see from my screen. It's really hard to tell. But what I was hoping to get done today is a lot of my artist's work. So today, 6. We're a little behind, but that's okay. I'm gonna start with doing some work for Shireen. Um, Again, we're releasing her EP the end of the year, so I was just getting that ready and the list of people to send her music out to. And then we're gonna do porch front work, so kind of doing the grant writing look and see how that's going because we have a follow up meeting today. I was gonna do my morning walk around 8 a.m. so that by the time 9 o'clock comes around for my day job, I can just focus on that. So, and then after work, I was gonna focus on tongue stuff. Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, it should be okay. Should be able to do it. So I'm just gonna work for a bit, and I'll come back and update you. I'm just taking a little break. I've been doing the Pomodoro technique for a few years now, and I find that's really helpful. Just focus for 25 minutes and then 5-minute break. So that's what I'm doing. I've just started to draft some email templates for Shireen and reaching out to contacts, any arts organizations and venues that we could pitch the show, her show Stolen Identity, and let's see how that goes. Other things I'm doing is kind of reaching out to the Brisbane City Council, see if there's any way of her doing some shows in the lead up to the concert and any kind of opportunities because they do a lot of events, a lot of music events. So just wondering how to like actually get her show or her music in it. Email the council. So I think I'll do that just after, yeah. It's a lot of like time to take and just look at what's available and reaching out to people. So yeah, as an artist, it's hard to like make time when you also have like a day job and you also have to make music, and so that's why I am here to help assist with that. So I'll do that. I'm just gonna take a little break. My tea is a little cold now. It's not the best, so I think I'll just make something new. So I think that was actually a very productive hour. It just feels better when I can actually focus and write properly and not be too tired to write an email. So I've just went through some of my lists that I made before of venues to contact in Brisbane, and been coming across a lot of really cool resources like the Tourism and Events Queensland and looking at what's available. So there's more opportunities for next year. This is actually kind of my time to just gather information, see when I can actually, like the timeline for submitting to festivals and certain venues and pitching. So that's something we need to work on still, is like pitching for her Stolen Identity show. Right now, I'm kind of just looking for opportunities for her to perform, um, as her EP is going to release. So the pitch has to include both two different sides, either like her show Stolen Identity or in her EP release and touring that. So yeah, I'm still trying to figure out language to use, because depending on the kind of festival or organizer, we have to tailor the ask. So like if it's more of a general event and um, it's open to many community members, it might be good to just pitch her latest EP release, which is a lot of English spoken songs and, very classical, popular songs from opera and from just classical music. So that might be a good thing. So, for example, I've reached out to the Brisbane Botanic Gardens and suggested that we actually release her. She's starting to plan her tour for her EP, so just trying to see if there's any interest there. So, if you are doing tour planning, it's always a good idea to just like have a list of places that you're looking at that actually might work for you. I looked at the gardens because she has performed with the Phoenix Sculpture Garden many times last year and this year. Um, so I think that it's good to like branch out to other gardens and see if there's any interest. Um, and now I'm gonna get into work for the grant writing for one of the artists I'm working with. That one is with an Ontario Arts Council grant for a recorded music project. So it's for funding towards producing the music. And I hope it works out. We're gonna have a meeting later in the evening around 6, so 12, almost 12 hours from now. Um, just kind of going over what's next, what things we have to write, because there's a lot of research that goes into it, into the budget planning, and also into the language to use for the grant. I want to have some time to like actually call the grant officer and talk to them, but then I need some information first. So that's today's meeting, is to like narrow down the information. What can we actually share and what would be useful for the grant officer to know? So updates on that later. And when it gets to around 8:30, I think I would like to go for a walk. We'll see. It might be nice to just do some yoga, but yeah, it just means that I have to go change. And Jake is still sleeping, and I might wake him up, and I don't want to. So we'll see. Realize now with this 5 a.m. schedule change that I think I need to like bring a change of clothes down here so I can change and not bother him. Alright, so I'm gonna take a sip of water. Tea is cold again. I heated it up twice. I'm so bad at just drinking the tea. So we'll just keep going and I'll update you again. Closing everything. Okay, guys, it is now 8:11 a.m. I did 2 hours of work. Feel like this is actually successful. If I could actually wake up right at 5 though, so I could have some time for myself, would be nice. But, it actually made me feel a bit more relaxed. I felt like I had more energy, or slower energy, like not slow energy, but one that is focused. So it felt good to actually work, get to things that I normally aren't able to do, Shireen is actually up still because it's only like I think 10 p.m. So when I started working around 6, it was only 8 o'clock for her. So I was still able to message her and ask questions, which is actually really great. And yeah, and then I worked on the grant and breaking it down so that I know what to speak to when I meet with the artist today in the evening. So we know like who is doing what, going through it with him so he understands the expectations and what he has to provide so that I'm able to actually do my job too. We're running a bit out of time. There's only 11 days away from grant submission, and I know when I say, oh, it's only 11 days, there's a lot in this grant. Um, a lot to speak about. It's some of it is around like 300 words or less, so it's really like it is kind of quick. They want it very succinct and direct of the impact you're going to be doing, the marketing plan. It's a lot of the planning part that has to be thought out before it's actually written. So this is his first grant, and I think that it would be helpful to kind of go through the process on the vlog, in a way that I don't give anything too much away, but to just let artists know that there are opportunities to apply for funding that the government or funders will give to you as a way for you to develop your project. So some artists in different fields don't really know about this unless they're told in school. So um, yeah, I hope that this is actually going to be helpful. A lot of what you hear online is like sell your music, get merch out, get this, and get sponsorships and stuff. But you can actually apply for grants to at least start the funding or start the project. So a lot of these grants are project grants, which means they're like more short term grants that are at least there to help with starting up your idea. Right now we're going for a music recording project grant, so it's going to help with launching the producing of the songs. He has his songs ready, like he's got the music sheets ready, he's got the lyrics ready. He just needs to actually create it and be able to pay for the artist to be a part of the songs. So that's what we're doing. I hope that it's helpful. I hope that it works out. The thing with grants is that there's so many people that do apply for them that it can be a challenge to even get the funding. So you really have to work with a grant officer and just learning the language to use for these grants and kind of looking and learning to others of what is a successful grant. So my track record with the grants, like I've done a lot of grants. Not all of them have gone through, but they have at least started the actual planning for these projects because of how much you have to outline how you're going to do it, where you're going to go for other funding. So it makes you think about what is actually needed to go into the project and make it successful. So at least there's like a base, a foundation ready to apply for other grants or to actually get the project started while you're still applying for grants. I've worked on projects where, yeah, we were successful in getting grants, and then we were able to actually fund music video productions and, paying for equipment to make the video or, just all these little things that actually do help over time. Like as you apply for more grants, you build up your budget and you're able to do more than you thought you could. So that's where we're at right now. And I think it would be helpful to go through it. I probably won't go through what it actually looks like because it is a matter of privacy, but I can go through some of the questions that they do ask at some point. So when we get there, we get more through the project grant and actually writing I'll go through it as well. But it is 8:16 now. I start around 9 for my day job. I'm so hungry and I don't think I have food. So we only probably have one egg left. So that means we have to go shopping later. So I think I'm actually gonna just go to Tim's because I've been craving a bagel sandwich or something for so long. So I think I might just do that. I was supposed to walk, but I think I'm just gonna go in my robe. No one will know. They'll be fine. So yeah, well, we'll be back, ready to work and ready to start the day. I need coffee. I had a matcha tea. It's leftover that I have heated up twice and I still can't finish it. So I think it's just, I work better when there's coffee. So I'm gonna go do that now and enjoy a nice drive in the morning. I made it back. I have changed, brushed my hair, got my headset on because I forgot I have a meeting at 9. I got my Tim's and I got my breakfast. So now I'm gonna actually just start getting to work for my day job. So I will check back in later. A really nice bagel belt. Okay, so we are back. Just finished doing my day job. It is now 5:16 p.m. I made it through the day. I'm not like exhausted yet, which is nice. I'm just working on a few things for Tong now. This is my kind of project time for Tong. Just going through some contracts as we are trying to make a deal with another producer for one of his songs. Just kind of reading through it. This is actually my setup to show you. So this is the spot. I am standing at my standing desk, which is really, really nice. So it goes like up and down to show you. I'm actually so short. So this is as high as I can go with my computer, I think, before it's too much. I'll be working on Tong things, trying to catch up and get to things. It's gonna be a kind of long evening. I really tried to organize my month, but things don't always go as planned. And hopefully with this 5 a.m. schedule, I keep to it. But I've got a lot of notebooks. This one I use for like meeting notes. This is what I use to keep myself organized with my day job. But I put it all here on this side. And then this is my book for the business planning and just day-to-day things for the artist. So I've got to work on some things for just the 40 minutes that I have before I have a 6 p.m. meeting with another client or the grant writing project. So lots of things happening, always really great. So I'm just working for a bit. I was just listening to one of the songs by the producer that we might be working with for Tong, and it's by it's one of the Wombat song that he covered or that he did a remix of. Oh my god, it's so good! So I can't say too much yet because it's not like super official, but very exciting things coming out for Tong and for his co-writer and co-artist on the song. So I'm not gonna say what it is yet, but it's gonna be great. I don't know when it's gonna come out. It still has to be created, but so cool. It's so cool to be part of these kind of conversations and starting them and connecting people. So so excited. I've got my meeting soon. Just trying to write out, what am I doing right now for Tom? There's just like, there's too much. There's thinking about shows for next year. I've got to sign up for festivals. I have to book a hotel. I have to do that. Ugh. I mean, I don't have to. It's gonna be him, but God. Okay, so that songbook. So, update on the songbook and the whole grant situation. We are not able to go through with that grant. It is not the right one to apply for. Sucks because as much as I tried to translate from German to English, it didn't really specify that in the grant. The actual not instructions, but the summary of what the grant covers. It didn't specifically say that it had to be an event. So, sucks for us. Like, we did this project proposal, we had it almost ready at the budget, and then we find out that we can't actually apply because what happened is that Tong actually called the music fund grant office, talked to them because I couldn't. I tried to get them on Zoom, and they will not do a Zoom call. So I had to ask him if he could help me out that way, at least have a phone call and explain. Turned out it's not the proper one. So yeah, it just sucks because I want to at least have some kind of funding towards it. So maybe instead of a grant, because it is a commercial idea, might have to consider doing some crowdfunding. So might have to pitch that, rethink her strategy, which means I need to write that down. I don't know what to do. What do you do? A lot of what I do is just based off experience and trying to see what helps. So, well, that is the next thing that we're thinking of, is actually making merch. He would love to do a crew neck sweater with some kind of design. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Something we're gonna have to figure out ourselves. Trying to see, like, I can't really pay someone to do it unless we have money, which I don't have money right now for paying somebody. So we're gonna have to figure out if we do it ourselves. Most likely. As much as this is, it's paying for ourselves. Figure out there's just so much going on, things, and then I always have to be like, we have to prioritize, what are we focusing on? And right now it's urgently is the remix contract needs to be signed. So that is super important. That is a number. That is A. I do a ABCD method guide to prioritization for tasks. So that is A, is super important. Cannot be delegated. Cannot be left to a different time. It has to happen. So that's super important. Have to do it. This one is super important. Have to do it. Everything else is like not as urgent. So maybe I'll just deal with the first two and then figure it out from there. But I've got my meeting soon, so I'll take that on.